Hey guys, my name is Unknown. So today I'll be showing you how to make paper jar. This is the updated version, and I've been seeing that there's got a lot of views on my original video, but I also found out that my original video is not very clear, not from the comment section, which is actually blank, but I watched the video and I saw that I actually kept some extra text because I got something wrong over here, and even the extra text was wrong, so it's a little confusing. And since you're making it for the first time, well, I can understand how it feels. So in this updated version, I'll go through all the points and how you can make it perfectly. So let's start. This is the jar you saw in the thumbnail. It's made from something called leather paper. It just has different colors in it. And remember, you get a double-sided jar if you're using paper like which has pink on this side and green. I don't have that, but like, for example, you can get this color on the outside. The lid top will be of the inside color, and the inside will be a whole different color, so it looks good like that. That's what I prefer, and this is the best jar I've ever made. It's like that. So let me tell you how you can get the paper jar size. Now this may look a little familiar if you have been doing a lot of origami and you don't have actual square paper. You may take it out from A4 paper. So how to get the jar paper? Very simple. Take a colored A4 sheet, remove the square however you wish. You know, there are many methods to remove a square. Remove the square. So let's say we had the A4 right here. You can move the square using the diagonal or something. This is that leftover paper which you always have left, which you usually throw in the dustbin or you trying to make some new origami out of. You can make the jar from this, and there's only one jar. If this is like the first video you watch on the channel, there's 3 more jars and there's 2 more jars coming soon. So just be ready for that. There's going to be many more jars. So this is that size, the leftover paper which you never think about, and you can make something so good with this instead of just throwing it in the dustbin. So get your A4, take out a square and get this paper. You could use, don't throw the square, I mean, you're not supposed to. You could just use a square to make something else, like any other origami. That would be a good idea. So your whole A4 will be used. So pause the video and go do that. So once you're ready, get your sheet. Now remember, I'm not gonna open this, but I have this replica of the finished model with the same color paper. I will be opening this to show you how it looks like. It's basically this net. It looks like this. I know it's a little bit like that. That's fine. So this is how it looks. Pretty simple. I'll be going through how you can make this very easily. So let me just keep it aside. I'll assemble it later. I'll assemble it in the video later. I won't assemble it off camera. So let's keep that right there. Okay, there. Fine. So we have this, and first thing you need to do is get yourself a ruled notebook. There's a reason why I'm saying ruled. There's a reason for that. So ruled is because if you haven't seen, I'm pretty sure you haven't, or you may have actually. Joe Nikushima has this origami tip video where he says how to divide into end parts of like a sheet. Like you divide this into 3. That's what we need. So we need 3 by 16 grid. We'll go towards that later. So we need 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then 16 like this. So I can just take this. Let me just zoom in a little bit. I can take this. Oops, let me take a different corner. I take this, keep it towards that. So I'll count 1, 2, 3. I keep my other corner right at that mark. I know it's a little blurry, but let me just go back there. I think this is clear how to do it. And then this is what you need to do, really. Take this and then okay. Take this, so you have to hold this paper here and then bring it towards that mark, like that. Make sure the paper do not move. You don't need to fold the whole thing. Tiny mark is enough. Now you don't need this anymore. So what are you gonna do with this tiny mark? Just make the tiny mark, more sharper. Just leave it as a tiny mark. Then you have this 1, this is 2. Divide this 2 into 1 and 1. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do to get a 3. And then make not a tiny mark, I mean this isn't tiny, but just make a mark like that much. The reason why I'm not asking you to extend it all the way here is because there can be mistakes. Now I'll tell you how you can fix those also. You have to be patient. So you got a 3 here. Now you have to work on the 16 and not use your zigzag method to do this. I'll be explaining the method I use. First is fold in half like everybody does. So there, let's check. Yes, length correct. Then that's half. Then I take this towards the center line, and I do it again. Then one last time. So is 16, I mean 1 by 16, 1 by 16, 2 by 16, 4 by 16, and 8 by 16. Then do the same thing over here. The reason I'm making it so complicated because it's actually easy. You can just follow the center line and keep dividing it. There, right there. So it should look like this now. Now to divide these, you have to bring this one to this line right here. That should divide it in exactly half. You can see that was in half. Now same for here. Count 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth line including this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get it to this line and then forward. Make sure you follow my steps correctly because most people, they know how to do a 16 one, but this is a little different and it's more accurate. Some people like look at where this edge aligns to this edge. They look at this aligning to this and then they do it, but it's not very accurate. If you use the top line, for example, I'll be showing you that's much better. So I'll be having it zoomed in for now. We have got let me just keep on this side, sharper side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is how you're going to do it. You take this to this line and then fold it. Then you do it again. You have this, take it to this line and then fold again. Now you just keep doing that. You can align the edges and then see where this goes. So this goes like right here and then fold. So you should have this plus this. If it's a little unclear, I'll do it again from this side. So we have this, you just need to divide this in half. Bring this towards here. I don't think it's very confusing, I just think I'm going a little fast, but that's very necessary. Next, you divide this one in half. Now, when you have these lines, it gets a little tricky. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what I usually do. I align the edges just like how other people do it. But then when I align the edges, I check where this is. So it's much closer to this line than any other line. Then I use that line to actually fold it down. And that makes it much easier. Now this last one, you can do the same thing. Get it right there. So now you should have a 16. You have 1 by 16s all over, and just make sure you can sharp all of them. I mean, like, turn over the paper and make sure they're all sharp. If they're not, you can re-fold them. You can see this center line is not sharp. I don't think you can see on the camera. Yeah, I think you can see a little bit. So I'm gonna fold that again. Yep, that's all you need to do. Is make sure all of them are sharp. Now comes the part where we actually use these tiny marks which we made here. So 5 and there. You have to fold. So you have to watch here very carefully. You can see this line matches with this line and this matches with this. You keep doing that, and then that's how you're supposed to fold. You make sure all the lines are together. So make sure this line is like intersect. I mean, like, is going. This should be one line. It should look like one line when you're folding it. And then for all 16 of them, you can check if you're correct by looking if this edge is matching correctly. It's a little off for me, but I can just fix that. There. Now do the same. No, you don't actually do the same. Once you have one, you can see I've got this 416 thing here. You take this edge and just fold it to this edge. This one right here, the one you just folded. And you can see that you don't need to look at the lines anymore. There. That should be your 3 by 16 grid. And this is very important. So let's just look at our net again. So I will be explaining you the optimal thing to do. I wouldn't prefer you differ from it, because if you already had difficulty understanding the 16 by 16 grid, I shouldn't prefer you to deviate from whatever I'm teaching. So the top part is going to be this. You can see there's some folds here. Bottom looks like this. I'll be going through each of these, but top is always on the right side and bottom is on the left. If you plan to make more of these jars, and you may have you may have some small stuff you want to keep in, you can make 7 or 8 of them, and you also save some paper, then you just need to remember top is always on the right. You're folding the top on the right side. So let's leave that. I know the steps already. So let's look at this center box right here. Now I'm actually not going to zoom in. I'm going to keep this here. Yes, it should be very clear here. So you can see this point. This is the top left corner of this rectangle. Oh yes, this one, the one I'm showing right here. This one, top left and the bottom right should have a marker going through them, just like that. So you actually fold it. You could use the table, but I just prefer using your hands or something. And yeah, you can use table. It'll be more accurate if you're doing it for the first time. Oops. There. So that is one line. Now you need to do it for all 16 of them. I won't be running a time lapse. I'll just be doing this. You need to pause the video and do it yourself. So next line you need to, so let me just make another one. Meanwhile, yeah. Don't fold this one, only fold this rectangle. The middle should be completely clean. So you can see I've got 2 of them here. 2 rectangles have been done. All of them will be done soon enough, but then this is what you need to do actually. You need to fold from this top right to bottom right. Like you did this, you need to do a big one. You can see this parallelogram right here. Right. Yeah, I think the parallelogram is visible. You make a diagonal going through it, like this. You already have one diagonal through it. You need to make another one. But there's a catch. You have to do it reverse, not this way, this way. Make sure you're very precise. The diagonal should fall on the corners of the parallelogram. There. Okay, that was not very precise, but it's okay. So this is what you should be getting. I will try to make it more precise. There. Okay, I think that's the best I can do. So I think you've understood the pattern here. This goes this way, down. Of course, the mountain valley for it, forgot that. This way, and then this, the one which goes to 2 rectangles or the parallelogram, goes the opposite way. So if you're still a little confused, this is why I'm not running a time lapse. I'm going to do it right in front of you. So I'm going to fold all of these. I like to do them in my hand, these ones, the single rectangle ones, and sometimes I just use my nail and do it without table, but it's fine. I'll just do it on the table for now. Yeah. If you understood this part and you think you're very confident, you can go ahead and do it. You can skip this part for now. or you can just not pause the video and do it while I'm doing it. Yeah. Four. Now it's not very easy to make it. You may think that yeah, it'll be pretty easy. Assembling it is a bit difficult, and you know, the whole thing is anyways time taking. I'm on my 6th one now, and it's 16. And you also need to do this for the bottom. I mean, there's a different scheme for the bottom, but you still need to do it. Okay. So let me just talk about my original video. The original video actually had a time lapse of me doing this because I wanted to make the video short and not scare the viewers that showing that this tiny thing is a very time-taking video. But I think I can do that now, since I've already said it now that it's not going to be very long. It's just going to be time-taking to make. Dear. Let me just forward that. Dear. So 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I don't want to count, but yes. I will just continue doing this. Just saying, a more better way to do it, you could just do it like this and then fold like the opposite way. But yeah, you could do however you want. Make sure that they both are reversed, and the ones you are doing over here, so you can see it's pretty sharp over here. This is where you fold the, I think these are mountain folds, I'm not sure, this side, and then these are the valley folds. For the valley folds towards here. I really hope I didn't get those wrong. Yes, so the reason I do it like this is because it saves me time. I don't need to keep flipping the paper over, although I actually do, but I flip this part, not the whole entire thing. There. And if you're wondering how to make that long jar from the thumbnail of my other one, you need extra paper for it, more than a jar paper size. That means your square will be damaged. So I don't think you will be really wanting to make that. And looks like I'm done with my last one here. So if you fast enough, you should be also done with all of these. Now I'll just make the valley folds. And if you think you're done with the top and you're ready to go to the bottom, you skipped it, the video, and you are at the bottom. I mean, if you're ready to skip it or something, you will have to wait. There is a few catches you must have forgotten, which I will be mentioning. You see, this end and this end are actually cut. The parallelograms are cut. So you may wonder, how am I supposed to fold it? I will be mentioning it, so please bear with me. I will try to fold the diagonal of the parallelograms now. Okay, I think I should go over the edges part first, because it's getting very boring right now, even for me. So, this is what you're supposed to do. First of all, every time you're gonna go do these, I mean, it's actually important you have your these done, all of these done. but for now we can just do the ending one. So this one's done right next to the egg, and even this one. So I'll do this one. It's actually very important that you have all of them done, but it's fine. So you could actually pause the video and do all of these if you want to have better results. So you can see the one endings are done. Now it's a little tricky here. You look here carefully. This end, so wait, let me just, oops, there. To fold this end, you can see that diagonal mark which we made, the reverse one. Fold that corner. Oops, focus. Yes, and you have to fold it till there, till that mark. Let me just get it. Yes, it's very difficult to do on hand. I think you have understood the point here. Let me just fold it and show it. I hope that's visible. This went here and then it became like that. Now let me show you for this one. This one you actually take like this piece. You can see that this actually goes to the center over here. So what you're supposed to do here is you take this, you kind of fold it here, you take this and you fold it to this line like that. Same thing, and then you have to fold it. Oops, that's not visible. There. And then if you check again, this actually does, oops, it does pass through the line. That means you did correctly. There, the endings are done. Now we can continue, and I'll do it a little faster now. I really didn't want the video to be 20 minutes long, probably more, but okay, and more, one more. Okay, I'm almost done here. And remember, this is the top. You're not done after this. Don't try to fold the top and just skip the bottom. I did actually try to do that in the original video. I folded the bottom and then I had to assemble the bottom and fold it. Then I said that we have to move on to the top. That was actually wrong. You do both of them. And I was going to suggest to use paper clips to hold the paper, but that is also not necessary. Fortunately, I didn't mention it in the video that day. And that's the last one. Wait. Oops. Yes, okay, so I'm done with the top here. Can't wait for it, but yeah, it should look like this for you. Endings should be done, and there's that. If you're one of those people who skipped what I said, you may have to go back and check how to do these end ones. It's not as easy as you think. Next, let's get our replica paper here. This is the bottom. It's very simple to do, has only one type of folding. It takes lesser time to do basically. So let me just check the direction. Yeah, okay, got it. So take it on the side where you have the grid, because this is how you're gonna fold it into shape. Then you have to take this. So just make these two layers of paper like this. And then you want to just keep it right there. You can see this line. You have to get it, fold it to that line, and just push like that, and fold on the table, of course. I will be doing the endings also. I mean, I have to do them now. So basically, let's just suppose there's another paper here. You just take this and fold it till here. Make sure that that corner you can see. Wait, that is matching. Yes, like that. Fold it down. Now basically, you just take this and you do it like that. It's very simple to do actually. So I'll just be doing it right now. I'll do it very quickly. And yes, ending one it's just simple. Instead of a fold, you just fold to the end. Okay. That should basically be what you have. So there's actually one thing which I forgot to mention. It's something I don't understand. Jar, you can, oh god, it's very not visible. I think you can see it at the where all the paper meets over there in the center. It's actually kind of like tightened. It's because of something I can't really explain in this video, but then I don't understand why it happens, because I'm being so perfect over here doing this, it still happens. So if you're looking to make it perfect, you have to get it tight like this. But if not, then you see this one, this edge, you have to leave it unfolded. I forgot this one. Yeah, it's this one for sure. Leave this, I mean, like, even if you fold it, it's fine, but then you have a flap coming out. In my original jar video, I said it's not possible to hide, I mean, to like get this flap to be hidden. It's possible, but it makes it look bad. But yeah, sometimes it actually, in some of my jars, when I made jar version 1, it actually works. So maybe it works for you. Okay, so let's get on now. We have this now. What you need to do is, it's very simple. Get this like this, wrap it around, and we have, this is the end and this is starting, and you want them to be 2 like units away from each other. So this is the top, this is the bottom. You can see there's a gap of 1 and 2. That's how that's the correct size, and you can just hold it right there with your fingers. So what would I prefer you fold first? I would prefer you fold top. So just leave the bottom, let it be stuck over there, and then align these edges best you can and start folding on those folds. I think you know which is which way, unless you got something wrong, just push them in. like that. And use your thumb over here from the bottom to push. You just want to push in each of these, and that should get it done. You can take out this last one left, push this, and now you just need to push everything like that, and use your whatever finger you want to just push it from the bottom, which is unfolded. If we fold the bottom first, we won't really be able to do it. We'd have to do something like this, which I don't like. Okay, there, and that's the top folded. It's just like how I told you, the edges are also done. Now the bottom the same way. You just fold these like this, fold all of them. Make sure that these edges are actually combined like that. Whenever you fold the ones where the 2 gap is first, no, 2 unit gap. Okay, and this here like that. Make sure these edges are aligned, and yes, there. Now this is what you have to do. Oops, it came out. There. This is what you're supposed to do. You push on these edges inside. So just push on them. Push on that tight knot. Yes. Now you can see it's tight in there, but it's actually fine. Just a little bit pale coming out, but that's completely fine. And now you've made yourself another jar. I'll just assemble this quickly. So I can actually assemble it pretty fast, you know, if the model was already folded. And in case you happen to open your jar, you can assemble it again. It's very simple. It's actually much simpler than the time we did the first time. So you just fold on the existing creases. See, I'm already done with the top. And then the bottom, like I just need to like push from all sides and just converge it by itself. Looks very good to me. And there. So if I give you a zoom one, let's mix these up. I don't think you can even find out which one's the new one, which one is the old one. Wait, yeah, it's this one. This is the new one. So yep, that's it for this video. Any questions regarding the jar, you can tell me in the comments. There's a jar playlist on my channel. It's called the jar series because it actually has different videos than just jar 1, 1, 2, 3 and 4. It has some giant jar time lapses, like giant jars. I made like this big jar. It could fit around 3 of these jars. And then I have like how to make your own recreation of a paper jar, like a different version of the jar. I mentioned that video, and there's other more of them coming soon now. So that's for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and bye bye.